And new at 6, Atrium Health will be among the first to receive COVID-19 vaccines in North Carolina. We broke the story on social media earlier today. We have a list showing the medical providers receiving early shipments of the vaccines, which are expected as soon as next week. State health officials are expecting about 85,000 Pfizer vaccines in the first round. WCNC Charlotte's Alex Shabbat is breaking new details of the story and joins us now with the latest.
Well, Atrium Health is one of 11 medical providers on the list which will be receiving the first shipments of the vaccine. And tonight we're learning the next steps in the process.
Tonight, this list providing answers about where the first shipments of COVID-19 vaccines will go in North Carolina.
We're excited to be getting some vaccine.
Atrium Health among the 11 medical providers to get early shipments. But questions remain about the exact supply they'll receive.
I don't think that we've been told how many doses that were going to be provided initially.
Overall, the state expecting about 85,000 Pfizer vaccines in the first shipment, which are expected as early as next week. Other medical providers in our viewing area receiving the early shipments include Caldwell Memorial Hospital and Catawba Valley Medical Center. During a CNN interview, Health Secretary Dr. Mandy Cohen said hospitals will decide who gets the vaccine first.
So it's really going to be the hospitals themselves that are receiving the vaccine from us that are going to be doing that first cut of who's going to get it and not.
But before deciding, representatives with Atrium told us they're waiting for further guidance from the ACIP, a CDC advisory committee.
So trying to get it to our first line workers will be our first goal.
It's focusing on highest risk frontline healthcare workers and our long-term care facility residents.
Novant Health, which wasn't on the list for early shipments, says they'll receive the vaccines 24 to 48 hours after the advisory committee makes its recommendations. Their statement reads in part, "While we will not receive an early shipment of vaccinations prior to official authorization, it's important to note that no sites can administer doses until after the FDA approves and these ACIP recommendations are issued."
I think there's some uncertainties that still are out there.
Meanwhile, in South Carolina, state officials estimate they could receive up to 300,000 vaccines by the end of the year.
We also reached out to state health officials in South Carolina for a similar vaccine distribution list, but they told us it would be a potential security risk to release it. In Charlotte, Alex Shabbat, WCNC Charlotte.